can I just be honest? Exactly 1 year ago, I made audacious goals for my business. I felt on top of the world. I felt unstoppable. Fast forward 12 months, reality check. Let me warn you, ladies, I am recording this episode on the fly. I'm at my kitchen table. The doorbell might ring. The dog might bark. But typically, I outline all my episodes. But today, this topic just was coming to my mind and my brain so quickly that I could not keep up with the notes. So, you know what? I figured I am just going to plug in my mic and I'm just going to start talking. So today's episode is all about the good, the ugly, and what 2019 has taught me. Hey there, Mom Boss. Welcome to the Social Media for Mompreneurs podcast. I'm Allison Scholes, brand strategist and lifestyle stock photographer. And yes, I'm that boss lady in sweatpants. If you're ready to fine-tune your personal brand, grow your business on social media, learn some really cool marketing hacks, all while balancing family life, then girl, you're in the right spot. And please don't be shy. You can connect with me over at bossladyinsweatpants.com. If you're ready for today's show, go ahead and hand out the kids' tablets, open those juice boxes, grab your coffee, and hide in your closet. It's time to dive in. All right, ladies, so let's just jump right into today's episode. Here's the ugly of 2019. Let me share with you some of the goals I legit wrote down in my planner for 2019. Because, hey, when you write them down, they become true, right? First goal, I would have 500 membership subscribers. Today, this makes me laugh, like out loud laugh. Is this unattainable? No, but here's the thing. My membership didn't even launch until March of 2019. What I did do right, though, was I beta tested my membership for 2 months. So there's that. I also wrote down that I'd make at least $7,500 a month. Again, laughable because here's the thing. I didn't even have a selection of digital products, nor did I work one-on-one with clients at the time. Apparently, I thought that money would just come out of the sky. And I was putting all my eggs in one basket and relying on the membership to take off. So I think you can conclude that since I don't have 500 members yet, I'm certainly not making $7,500 per month. I also set a goal to launch an Instagram training webinar. Yep, that never happened. Oh, and I wrote down I was going to lose 20 pounds. Currently, I'm about 12 pounds off. Here's the good. I launched a podcast, this podcast that you're listening to, and it surpassed my expectations. I never thought I'd create, write, interview, and host my own show for anyone to listen. Crazy, but I did it. I'm making some incredible connections, and the feedback is amazing. Oh, and that membership, yes, I launched it, and I love it. And I do have amazing members, and I will continue to grow that awesome community of mompreneurs. I also vowed in 2019 that I would plan monthly date nights with my husband. And I think we only missed 1 month. My husband and I love this, and we're continuing our little date nights for 2020. I also committed to a fitness program and currently work with a fitness coach. I feel the best I've felt in a really, really long time. On top of the podcast side of my biz, my photography skills have gotten so much better. It's an art that I'm constantly learning, and I love it. Honestly, 3 years ago, I never thought I'd consider myself a professional photographer, but here I am throwing myself out in the world. Now here's what 2019 has taught me. Clarity. I thought I had it. I thought I was crystal clear on my business. Until I listened to a podcast episode from the Mompreneur Mastermind Show, which is by Stefanie Gass. I'm referring to episode number 102.5 because it was a bonus episode, and it was all about quieting the noise. This one episode was a pivotal moment in my business and my life. You guys, when you're finished with this episode, please go to the Mompreneur Mastermind Show, go find episode 102.5 and make sure you listen. It's all about quieting the noise. And when I listened to that episode, it was like a light bulb went off in my head, because at that moment, that's when I was sort of a mess. On the outside, everything looked good. I was doing everything for my membership. I launched my podcast. I was doing my weekly episodes. I'm having great interviews, but I also had this tug of war feeling of all the things that I needed to do in my business to be successful. When I look back at 2019, honestly, I was all over the place. Because here's the thing, I really did feel that I had to do it all. If Amy Porterfield had a digital course, then that meant that I needed one too if I want to be like Amy Porterfield. Or I need to be like Jasmine Star because she's amazing at her weekly videos. So, wow, I better get on the wagon and do weekly videos, and so on and so on and so on. The noise was so loud in my head. And after I listened to that episode, I realized, like Stefanie did, I need to quiet all of that noise. Maybe a digital course is good for one person, but it doesn't mean that it's good for me. It doesn't mean that I have to do what everyone else is doing out there in social media. If someone is amazing at video, awesome, they're amazing at video. I also realized when I wrote my 2019 goals, it was purely focused on money. Now, there's nothing wrong with money, but I think my intentions and goals were not aligned with what I really wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. So here's my advice for you. As you are continuing 2020, we are starting a brand new year, and I bet you wrote down those audacious goals for your business. And I'm not saying you shouldn't, because I have goals for 20 and 20. But I want you to look at those goals. And I want you to examine them and ask yourself, number one, is it going to make you happy? Because it might make you money, but in the end, is it going to make you happy? Does it fire you up? Are you excited to do it? And does it align with your business? I think those three questions are so important. Get crystal clear on those goals. All of us are affected by the shiny object syndrome. I still catch myself day after day when I see what everyone else is doing out there, or I get these emails. But I always think back to that episode by Stefanie, and I tell myself, put your head down, quiet the noise, and just do what I'm meant to do. And if you don't know what you're meant to do, that's okay. You're going to go through that discovery process. But for 2020, make sure that you are crystal clear on those goals. Will it bring you joy? Do you really want to do it? I think that's the ultimate question. It may sound like a good idea, but do you really want to do it? So for myself, for 2020, really, my big goal is to be a better version of myself in my personal life and in my business. I want to be an amazing photographer. And I'm not going to lie, in 2019, I fell away from developing my own photography skills because I got so caught up into creating all this other stuff. And after I listened to that episode by Steph, I realized, wait a minute, how can I grow a photography business when I'm not even working on my own photography skills? Makes you think, doesn't it? Same with my podcast. How can I grow the podcast that I love when I am not putting 100% of my efforts and my heart into the podcast? So for 2020, my goals are not as audacious as I wrote down in 2019, they're simplified. But because they're simplified and they're not focused on money, they're more focused on personal growth and happiness, I really think 2020 is when I'm going to see massive growth in my business because I am going to stay focused and stay crystal clear on my goals. And I am really going to quiet the noise. Do I have amazing ideas for 2020? Absolutely. And I wrote them down. But that doesn't mean that they're my 2020 goals. It doesn't mean that I need to do them. I just have these ideas written down. They're just kind of floating there. I kind of keep an eye on them. I check in with them. But the big goals that I need to work on for my business now, that is my focus for 2020. My advice to you, as Steph said in her episode, get crystal clear on your goals. Does it align with you, your heart? Do you really want to do it? And just quiet the noise. Put your head down, do the work, put your best foot forward. And if you do those things, you will have a successful 2020 year. Thank you for tuning in today. If you loved today's episode and walked away with value, then please head over to iTunes, social media for mompreneurs, and leave a review and subscribe to the channel. This would make my day. And don't forget to connect with me on Instagram at Allison Scholes or grab some freebies over at bossladyandsweatpants.com. Take care. I'll see you next time.